Was lit, as the kids say.
Go ahead,
No.
Sarah.
It's okay, Jacqueline. I won't do it anymore now that we're recording. Hi, y'all. Happy Wednesday. It is June 5th. Oh my gosh. It is lit, as the kids. Oh, no one wants to hear that happen again in Echo. That is the worst possible soundbite to repeat. We have an action-packed session set up for you today, and we are excited. So let's get to it. Let's start with our welcomes. I saw Michelangelo right up there in the corner. Welcome, Michelangelo. We are excited to have you here. And I have seen Wendy on lots of sessions, but I don't see her face here. Welcome, Wendy, as well. We are so happy to welcome both of you to today's first official team meeting with you. We're going to go to bucket fills, and I want to start by filling a bucket of this human who you all know and love, or mostly know and sort of love, depending on the day and the business you're doing. Broker Bob, I have gotten the best feedback about the session from yesterday piling into today and the way you are keeping our agents up to date and up to speed on what's going on with the NAR changes. Even if people don't like what they're hearing, they like that they're hearing it and know what to expect. So thank you, Robert, everyone's favorite broker, for being so awesome. Does anyone else have a bucket they want to fill as we move on? If so, throw your hand up in the air. Jacqueline, go ahead.
I just want to do a quick bucket fill for Nancy and Ari and the rest of the team that has been moving everything over to our new location. There has been a lot of overnight work and weekend work and things happening that a lot of you guys don't see, and we appreciate them, and it is fabulous to have us all in that space. So thank you, thank you, thank you.
Yes, let's hear it. I have seen the best social media posts about golf course views haunting people or being delightful, teasing people, etc., and the greatest conversations about the energy in the space and the buzz and the vibe. So we'll get to the buzz and the vibe in just a second. June birthdays are here. We have a whole lot of humans to celebrate. So happy birthday. I promise, Jacqueline, we won't do the singing. We had, let's see, Yang was yesterday. I don't see a fifth, so no one we have to shout out today specifically and embarrass you too much, but we do have a lot of happy, lovely faces up there. So happy birthday in June. We are happy to celebrate you all month long. And y'all, we have a little bit of change of schedule coming up. So I know it's a little wild. Listen clearly, pay attention, tune in right now. Normally, all of our meetings, especially these team meetings, normally are on Wednesdays. In 2 weeks, Wednesday is the 19th, which is Juneteenth, which is a national holiday, which means we are closed and we are off and we are celebrating this holiday that is long since spent. So we have moved market stats and we are combining it into an exciting opening, come in and feel the vibes of the energy, all the goodness that's happening. Maybe there's club vibes, I'm not sure. The Mission Valley space isn't brand new to all of us, but it's brand new to many of us. So we want to have it be our beautiful, everyone feels comfortable and happy and come on over and enjoy it. I know a lot of you went for Robert's risk management meeting at the end of May, and this one will be Market Stats. It's on a Monday. Market Stats is on a Monday, June 17th. I promise you'll get no less than 4,000 updates about it. But want to make sure you hear it loud and clear. And we're going to do it ahead of time. Come at 12:30. There's going to be a party, a little mixer, some fun, some good times ahead. Feel the buzz. I mean, who doesn't want to feel that? Not the alcohol buzz, but the coffee buzz. Either way. All right, y'all. So we will keep reminding you that is Monday, Tuesday of that week, June 18th. Back in the training room at the Market Center, you will find the one and only Jean Rivers. Listen to me clearly. Gene Rivers is a literal legend in the company. He has rebuilt from nothing to millions more than once. He was completely decimated by a hurricane, had to move his location and do it all over again. He is a master trainer. He's master faculty. He's an owner, investor, team leader, all the things. If you can think of a location in the northern part of Florida from the Gulf Coast to the Atlantic Ocean, he probably owns that office. And he crushes it. Yes, he is a super good human. He has come talk to our ALC. He has come on and asked questions, and he is giving all the time. The Market Center is bringing this to you. There is no cost for you to attend this session. There is literally always a cost for this. The Market Center is giving it to you. So please take advantage and come on in. We're doing it in the training room. So it's going to be live, Gene live on Zoom, okay, in the training room where we can mastermind and have the conversations around. It's going to be hosted. It's going to be like all the things all in one place. It is going to be a lot, okay? He's going to give you all the hours and all the information. You're going to have your manual, and I'm just pre-warning you, it's going to be a lot in the best way possible, okay? So it actually taught me in one of my first training sessions as her team leader here was when you go into it, you're going to only be able to come out with 2 things maximum that you want to implement. You will be able to take all the notes and plan ahead and get excited about all the things, but at the end of the day, you're only going to pick 2 to implement. Go into it with that peace of mind in place that you understand. You're going to hear so much. You're going to get excited about all of it. If you don't know you have to reel it into 1 or 2 to start out, you're not going to do anything. You will 1000% come out of this with ideas and strategies and must make things to happen and make money right away. The first time when I was team leader and Gene came in person to the region, I was like pushing the agents to attend and pay for it. It wasn't pretty. I was like, really like, get in there. I promise it'll be worth it. The first break of the day, people were thanking me for making them come. Okay. We're not making you and you're not paying for it. We're gifting it to you. Don't miss out. There is not a link. You must come be in the training room to watch it that day. I will let that be all on Gene. And I won't call him Gene Simmons. I did that the other day. He's not the guy from KISS. He's Gene Rivers. And then we're closed on Wednesday, June 19th. Make sure if you need the office, you know how to get in, you know your codes, you know all your things, and you are ready to rock that one day of the week. We'll be back live on Thursday, June 20th. Okay. That is I'm sorry, I got fully distracted by the chat and Robert for a second. Let's move on to our movement mortgage update. Who do I have on here for movement today? Let me do my romper room moment. Eddie, Amanda, Matt, do I see any of our friends? There's Matt. Hey, Matt.
I'm here, so I guess I'll talk. Eddie was supposed to be here, but anybody sees him, give him a shout and tell him we're having a meeting today. We have some good economic news coming up the end of the week. Rates have been getting better, which is good news. So hopefully with the economic news that we get on Friday, we hear news towards rate cuts and not rate hikes. But we'll definitely let you know. It's definitely been wonky every time the MBS highway set us up for good news. It's been fail. So I don't want to get my hopes up too high, but the news is looking good so far this week. So hope to ride this high and give you guys some good news come Friday and Monday. So Movement Mondays, 9 a.m. This will probably be our last one until the summer. So come join us 9 o'clock Monday morning. We'll be giving some shout outs and throwing some information up on the face space for you guys as well. So give us a shout. We'll be doing open houses all weekend as well. So thank you guys. Back to you.
Thanks, Matt. Thank you very much. We'll be ready for the rate updates and see what happens next. All right, we have Jacqueline. Give us the escrow spotlight, would you please?
I would love to do that. We are very excited to spotlight somebody that many of you know and heard from on a recent interview on a team meeting. So we are spotlighting Sal Cephalou. We are very excited. He is getting ready to close escrow with us. And if anybody has curiosity, you want to give escrow partners a try, that is something we are always open to. So that was a discussion we had with Sal, and we have absolutely loved working with him. So the other thing I want to do really quickly, I'm going to throw a link in the chat. This goes to a Google form. So yes, it will take you outside of the window for just a moment. This is your opportunity, folks. For all of you that want to vote, want to say so in what training you have coming up, the Escrow Partners marketing time conflicts over the next few weeks. We have moves and things going on. So what I want to do is I want to ask you what you guys want to know. So the easiest things for me to bring you are things in marketing and in command, because I have a lot of those trainings already done and ready to go. If there is something else that you would like to see, this is your moment. So in that Google form, when you click that link, there's a couple of options. Just click the one that you think would actually be something you'd want to either come in for, or we could do it on Zoom. But I just want feedback. I want to know what training you guys need. We will always focus on trying to get you more listings, because that is typically the driver of your business with Escrow Partners. So if there's anything in there that you would like to see training on, please let me know. And then I will work with Evie to get that on the calendar for the last week of the month.
Speak now or forever hold your peace, as they say. Thank you, Jacqueline. We are excited to bring those updates, and congratulations to Sal. Our very own broker Bob, let's hear from you, my friend.
Good afternoon, KW Metro. Happy Wednesday to you. So just a little broker update right now. As you probably, if you sat in on today's session that Carr put on about open houses and what I spoke about last Wednesday, where I think the industry is going, I believe that what will happen is there will be no outside agents able to do any of our open houses with our listings. And I think the entire industry will go that way because of the complexities of any buyer, anybody that walks in the door. If they basically walk in the door and they have, they're probably going to have representation already, which means it's a moot point. You can't interfere with their agency relationship because you'll be violating our code of ethics. And then also, if they don't have representation, you can't talk to them. You can't say anything. So all you're basically doing is allowing them to go through the open house. And if you do talk to them, you have to be really careful with what you say. So that's kind of where it's going. So just be prepared for that. I think it's going to be a great thing for the industry overall, though. I really, really do. I think you're going to see buyers realizing that they have to create relationships with good agents. And every one of you on this call is a great agent. And then I want to do a shout out or a push for next Monday morning, 9 o'clock. Keller Williams International will be doing their live feed. And we're going to be streaming that here at the office. You can stream it at home, but if you want to come to the office and do a Q&A after, I will be here streaming it in the training room. So we'd love to see you all here. And you can talk about what Keller Williams is saying we should be doing. Okay, that's it. Back to you, Sarah.
Thank you, Robert. Yes, you can. Anyone can stream that from anywhere through KW International, and Robert's going to, again, be streaming the training room with the live Q&A in the room. So if you want to be part of it and have a conversation around it, that's where you should go. Otherwise, watch from wherever you are. And Alicia, are you up with coaching and mentorship spotlights?
I'm up with it, yeah.
Are you down with it?
So let's see. Okay. I didn't see her name, but anyways, Erica, we hear about her frequently. She actually closed her third escrow with us, and she graduated from the Launch Coaching Program, which is amazing. Everybody on here is amazing, but that is a huge accomplishment. Sarah, who's in my launch program, got another BRBC signed. That's great. Let's everybody start doing that. On Team Deborah, we have Dahlia opened escrow with her buyers. Awesome, awesome. And this new one, we've seen her around here and there frequently. Wendy is officially licensed and officially joined us now. And she is with Deborah in launch.
Woo! That's a lot of magic and a lot of goodness and a lot of people doing cool stuff. So thank you for sharing that. Bridget, are you sharing our culture committee update for the moment?
Yes, thank you, team leader Sarah. So you all heard about our social coming up for June 17th, but the one after that is going to be our Pride Potluck. As you guys know, Pride, we are celebrating this month, but San Diego loves Pride so much that we bring it all the way into July too. So the weekend officially for Pride in San Diego is the weekend of July 19th. So we're going to have a potluck that week on Wednesday at our usual space. By usual, I mean the new space at Mission Valley. And just a reminder, we have a lot of people that kind of bring in maybe some desserts and side dishes. We could probably use some more main dishes. So think about something special you want to bring in for the potluck. And Eve will send out an invitation as it gets closer to it so you can let us know what you are going to be doing. Also, one other thing I want to remind you all is because we have so many new people in the market center, is we have some really great strategic marketing partners in our office. You see them around, you see them supporting us, you see them doing so much for us, giving us free yummy lunches all the time. On top of that, they also, the money that they spend to be sponsors in our office covers our social events. And because we have a grand opening, we've got some fun, exciting social things that we're working on here for the future this year. So if you have somebody who is a vendor, either in real estate or not, but you think a lot of realtors could use some help with, please send them over to Kathy Jackson, who is in charge of our SMP program, so that we can get them on the list, because we want to make sure that not only are you guys solid in your referral partners, but that we've got plenty of money for some fun events coming up. Okay, reach out if you have any questions. Thank you.
Thank you, Bridget. And I will share the news without a visual yet because we just got the breaking news. But since you are here live in the person on Zoom here, Bridget, our Keller Williams International officially announced that each region gets 2 cultural ambassadors of the region, and our very own Bridget Potterton has officially won for Southern California to represent us as our cultural ambassador. Yay, Bridget! So it's so fresh and breaking. We don't even have a slide or a celebration. That'll be coming. But wanted to spread the news because as soon as your face popped up, I was like, oh my gosh, I have to share. So there'll be a whole mega camp thing that happens for anyone who goes there. And it's truly an honor. It's a lifetime appointment for cultural ambassadors, and it's a really special thing. So thank you, Bridget, for being our cultural ambassador here at Metro. And congratulations. It is so well earned. We're so thankful for you. Okay, property pitches. Who has a listing they would like to share or a coming soon you want to shout out about? Raise your hand digitally or physically. Mike Law, go.
So I just got this listing signed the other day. It is coming on the market in about 3 weeks. It's in Talmadge. So if you guys have like anyone looking there, it's a 2-2 Spanish in the front. In the back, it's a detached garage with a studio ADU above it. And what's really cool about this is there's still plenty of other space. There's a large driveway and still a large yard to the back that if you want to develop even more, just keep it with that cool vibe, you totally can. We're going to come on the market at $900K. And yeah, we're getting tenants out. And once that's out, we can get you guys in early.
And it might already be sold to Emily, but I'm sure Mike will entertain all offers and all clients who want to come through. And did you unmute because you have one?
No, I unmuted to say, don't worry about it. It's already sold. No, just kidding.
Go ahead. Whoever just said, I do.
Hi, it's me, Debbie.
Oh, hey, Debbie Giametti. Go ahead.
Yeah, I got a coming soon, North Park, 4105 Iowa Street. Super cute bungalow, 3 bedrooms, 2 baths, inside washer dryer. And it's just perfect. It's got the vintage charm and original features. It has beautiful hardwood floors, and the kitchen's been remodeled, and it's super spacious. So we're having open houses Saturday and Sunday starting at 1 o'clock, and that's when showings will begin. And I'm just working on getting photos, and we'll go live. $9.99.
Awesome. Congrats, Debbie. Congrats, Mike. I saw Bridget just share in the chat. If you guys could write your bits in the chat, and Deb Brown, go ahead.
Sorry, I can't figure out how to raise my hand on this thing. Oh, that's
Okay,
me.
I saw you.
Thank you. So just live on Friday was my downtown listing at the Discovery, 850 Beach. Townhome, just beautiful, lovely finishes, really truly a sophisticated downtown unit. One of the great features, you have street access as well. So you can go, of course, through the lobby area or street access, which is really great for moving and all of that good stuff, your packages, all that yummy. 2 balconies, 2 bedrooms, 2.5 baths, beautiful. He's done a great job on the ceilings, all custom stuff, great custom lighting in there, and very tastefully done. It's about 1,300 square feet. The bedrooms are upstairs. Lots of good finishes, new kitchen, newish kitchen, Robert. And what else do I have to say? HOA is 1,100. Amenities are just killer. Has everything. 2 parking, 1 storage. Love it. It's on Beach between 8th and 9th downtown. We are having an open house. We're having it on Caravan tomorrow. Lovely Claudine is holding it on Caravan for me, and she'll pitch it downtown as well as have it open from 10 to 12. As well, we are having an open house. Gaga is going to do open house Sunday from 12 to 3. So thank you for the time.
Awesome, Deb. Nice work. Steve, you want to share that out loud?
Sure. Mission Hills, I have a duplex coming in like 2 weeks, totally renovated. It's going to be 1,995 million, 3-bedroom, 2-bath up top, 2-1 down below. Separate yards, really cute area, Bush Street near Goldfinch, walkable to all the shops and restaurants and coffee shops. Really cute property. If somebody wants to get into Mission Hills but can't afford to do so without having offsetting their income with some rental income down below. Rental income alone will be close to $4,000 a month. The top unit will probably get about $5,500 a month. So it's a really, really great property. If you're interested, say hi to me.
And he didn't say walkable, he said talkable. He misspoke, you guys.
Yeah, I thought he said convenient too. I wasn't sure.
Walkable and talkable.
Talkable and close too. All right, anybody else? Those are great listings coming soon. Put those details in the chat if you want people to be able to reach out to you about them. Nice work. Our listings keep going up year over year, so great job, team. All right, without further ado, if I don't have any more listings coming, we will get to our main feature, which I am super excited to bring to y'all. We have one of our ALC members today giving his story in real estate, Mike Law. Thank you. I see you small doing your little get ready preps down there. Mike Law has agreed to go next in our real estate conversations, and I promise the ALC banter on the WhatsApp was not abusive or inappropriate today about it. You guys, I hope you're enjoying these. If you are loving the interviews, please drop some feedback in the chat so the agents who are given their time can know that it's meaningful. I tell them the great feedback I'm getting from people, but I love your little nuggets of wisdom. Great. Thank you. Amazing. Keep going. They're super fun for me. So selfishly, this is one of my favorite things I get to do. And let's get to it. So Mike, thanks for being here.
Oh boy, what's up?
Full screen, friend, full screen. Let's start at the beginning and get the background. Tell us about your journey into real estate.
Yeah, the journey. It wasn't my intentions or my original plan. This was something brewing in the back where Yuri had intentions of, thought it'd be cool to get into real estate when she was pregnant with our firstborn. Mm-hmm. So when she was living that sedentary life, right? She got us signed up. So I was always supposed to be the guy in the background, But then we got into business together, and now I'm the face of it.
Wait, that didn't come out yesterday. So you were supposed to be in the background doing the details on the Excel spreadsheets, and she was supposed to be running the front end.
Mm-hmm.
That's amazing. And look at us now.
Yeah.
Grand plans and all that. Okay, so what year was that?
That was 2015 is when we got serious about that. 2016, I believe, is when we started getting our license in order.
Mm-hmm.
I think so.
And then
I'm getting old. Yeah, 2016.
Yep. And then you joined Keller Williams was the first brokerage you joined, you said?
Yeah, that was interesting because I had no idea where to go. So we interviewed basically everyone, even all the different Keller Williams office. And this was at the time we were in Hillcrest. So everyone else kind of had a corporate vibe. And that's coming from a corporate background, I didn't want that. So we went with Metro because it's more of a family vibe. It's just more relaxed, more personal.
And then you talked about a little bit that you had the corporate background before that. What were you doing before real estate?
Before real estate, I was deep into the finance world. So I had Series 7, Series 66, basically all your financial planning credentials. And then I was in corporate finance for about 8 years as well.
And then you started in real estate, your first year out of the gate. How long did it take you to get your first transaction?
It took a while. So I got my license ready to go Keller Williams on Halloween of 2016. And my first deal didn't close until April 2017, so 6 months later.
And I want everyone to hear that because I think people look at top producers and think like, oh my gosh, or you hear like, oh, well, you were in corporate finance before. I'm sure you always made millions of dollars and it just came easily to you. Was that your background and experience coming into real estate?
No. So I think that's kind of like shocking when I hear people who don't know me assume the type of life I had as a child or my family. So we came from nothing. My parents are immigrants. They're refugee people they're Chinese, we're Chinese, but they were refugees from Vietnam. So they came here with nothing, right? I remember our first home in North Park. This is back in the day when it was ghetto. We had like 11 people live in our house in a 2-bedroom, right? On Texas Street. So we definitely came from nothing. I grew up with nothing. And my parents took some risk also, which gave me the opportunity to go to college. And here we are today. So it's quite interesting that people thought I always come from like this world of wealth, but I'm your ghetto kid from City Heights.
I love when you were sharing, your authentic all yourself, because people do, they see somebody and they see cars and golf and success and they think like, oh, we make up stories, right? That's what we do. Mm-hmm. So I want people to hear you clearly and where you come from and what your job experience was before, and that it took 6 months to even get anything going, and know that it's not, you said actually yesterday, it's simple, but it's not easy, which is something we always say in this industry, in this company specifically.
Yeah, it's simple, it's not easy. When we were talking yesterday about that first year, it took a lot of faith. Right? Because I only had one deal. And in June, so 2 months after that first deal, I was like, I'm going to just quit my job. And keep in mind, we already have a little like 2-year-old at home, right? So this was a big undertaking. But that first 6 months, I just had a bunch of open houses, just talking to random people that I felt like I had a decent enough pipeline. In retrospect, it wasn't. But I felt confident enough where if I just took the leap now, the business will come, and I felt good about it. It was scary, but I always preach like if I don't have a plan B and I only have one thing to do, and you always hear me say you have no choice, I have no choice. Mm-hmm. It will get done. That whatever simple task they're going to get done.
So you had one deal, then it was June, then you were like, heck, I'm going to quit. So you were dual career. Like, let that also be clear. You kept your job in the beginning. You were a dual career agent, and then you decided, okay, I'm going to quit. I'm going to go full-time into real estate. I only have a 2-year-old at home and nothing else going on. What could go wrong? right? What I loved when we talked about it, though, I said, like, well, where did you learn? Were you studying all these things? Were you practicing all these things? And you said, no, I just did it.
Yeah.
Right? Talk
Yeah.
about that for a second.
Yeah. So I just did. So I have no sales background. I'm an Excel geek, right? And I'm still working at Excel every day. I had no choice, right? I just put myself into those situations, signed up for every open house, even if I didn't know what I was saying. I didn't have dialogues, right?
Mhm.
Dialogue training or language training. So I just failed my way forward. At the time, our brokerage didn't have the education infrastructure or sales training. So I definitely didn't have the resources like the agents that over the last 5 years have seen in our office.
So you got to work, you did it, you learned by doing, right? And you said, can we walk through your years of earnings? Because I found that to be super inspirational. I mean, I wrote it down if you didn't, but are you okay to share it?
I'm not going to give specific details, but I can share.
No, just the first two, like how it, yeah.
Yeah. So the first year I did 3 deals, right? And that was like 40 grand. And as you all know, when you first start, it's expensive to get started, right? Year 2, that's when I started getting full-time. I did 8 deals. And then at that income level, I was making exactly the same I did in corporate world. And then in year 3, I more than doubled that. In year 4, I more than doubled that. So now I'm closing up. You asked how many transactions. I don't want to get into the dollars because I'm kind of private about that. But I do about 25 deals a year. Not too many.
Well, and I think the most important part there isn't the end zone dollars of where you got to. It's that you did it because you needed to. You didn't know how. You didn't have a plan B. You just were like, I'm going to go for it, right? And with your work ethic that was created by you, you weren't raised that way, right? Like you doubled it and doubled it and doubled it. And so when people hear like, oh, I don't know, or where does it come from, or I don't have that, or I didn't learn that way, I want you to be the person, which I love that this came out of it because this wasn't at all what I thought would come out at the beginning of your story. Like you're like, just go to work, just do your job. Anyone can do that if you just go to work and do it, right?
Yeah, there's nothing special about it. There's nothing special about me, to be honest with you, right?
Well, I think your family would disagree, and many of us would say you're kind of special, but I know what you're saying.
Yeah, I mean, all I do is I talk to people. I find people that needs help. I help them achieve their goals, and at the end of the day, I get paid, and it feels great. You know, another reason I went into this world of real estate was in the corporate world, I felt underappreciated, right? I worked 12, 14 hours a day, and who benefits from it? The shareholders. I don't know who those shareholders are. I'm not invited to their kids' birthday parties or their gender reveals, the shareholders. So this is really cool to be a part of someone's life, their goals, to see it from beginning to end, and be included as family. I didn't get that rewarding life in the corporate world.
Yeah, and that's, you talked about, I'm going to jump right to it. Let's go right to, what do you say is the most significant thing that's happened for you in the last 12 months? Like what's your proudest accomplishment over the last, 12 months?
Yeah. So, I mean, we helped a lot of people. I made a good amount of money, right? I'm not gonna lie about that. But at the end of the day, I don't really think about that as the accomplishments over the last 12 months. I think of the vacations I'm able to take with my kids, every single morning get them ready for school, drop them off at 8 o'clock in the morning. No matter how busy my day is, at 6 o'clock, I'm having dinner with them. And we play, we have a good time. I'm present. No matter how busy I am, don't work Sundays. Yvette could attest to that. So if anything, it's like finding this, it's never a real balance. but finding a way to work through the chaos where I still am present with my kids. And that's the biggest win for me.
You know, when you shared it yesterday and it was like you thought for a minute about what have I done the last 12 months and what goes on, you were like, I'm there to bring them to school every day. I'm there to eat dinner with them every night at 6 p.m. and I'm off on Sundays to spend time with family. And like for me, I got choked up for a second when we talked about it because it was like people want to overthink what's significant in the world and what matters the most in our job and what we're doing with our time. And the reality is we don't get time back, right? So
Yep.
Yuri cast this vision when you had your first baby and you were going to get out of the corporate world where you were working 1 million hours a day and get into real estate to live your best life. And it started out like was totally overwhelming, but you worked your butt off. And now that's what you can say is your proudest accomplishment is spending your time with your family as you choose.
Right. So I'm I always have doubts of should I continue doing this? Am I cut out for it? Every single day, right? Every single year it comes, I'm like, can I repeat what I did last year? That's an anomaly. I can't do it. But my why and my purpose is so much bigger that because it's not for me. If it's for me, I could sell 6 houses a year and it'd be cool, But my whys is a lot larger, right? Like I do this so I could take care of the kids, the girls, my wife, my parents, her parents. That's what's going on in the background.
So you talked about you have a goal in mind and that you wish that everybody would know what their end goal is. Talk about that for a minute.
Yeah. So, in the financial services world, it's very similar to the real estate world, but slightly different, but it's still sales driven, right? And as there's this window of time that you have today. Today's good. And you don't know what tomorrow looks like. So I always come back to think about what that magic number is, meaning look at your budgets, look at the people that you have to take care of, and come up with that number of how much you need to survive off per year, right? Do the backwards math to it to calculate how much net worth you need. And luckily, we're in a career where there is no ceiling, right? And go as fast as you can to get to that number and plan your exit strategy. That's my biggest takeaway, or I want to share with everyone. Like, you don't need to, if you want to go for it, but you don't need to be selling real estate into your 90s, into your debt, don't.
So when you look at that, when you look backwards, what are you using? Because people could hear that and be like, yeah, that totally makes sense, but not have a clue where to begin. Like, what are you using as a guidepost to the numbers? What do you want to share with anybody quickly? We won't go into a whole wealth building exercise.
Yeah. So I personally, what I did, I just calculated how much it keeps to put a roof on the head, over our heads, my daily expenses, right? My parents, my in-laws, and then I took that number and divided by 5%, right?
And why 5%?
Because 5% is pretty conservative. It's something that you could find in passive income in real estate or investment tools. By all means, there's other ways of getting but more than 5%, but just to be safe, right? So once you achieve that number, worst case scenario, stash it away and collect 5%. And that net worth will always be there as long as you only use and survive off that passive income.
I think the magic number conversation is really important for people to take, you have the beginning of how you build your career and then where you're going to. And I love that when we were talking, those were your 2 biggest points you wanted people to hear, and starting from nothing and building quickly. And then the magic number you're working towards. And when you get there, you can be done and move on to spend more time with your humans, right?
Mm-hmm. And that magic number could change, right?
Yeah.
But it's
Well,
have listen, I'm a numbers guy. I think one of the reasons why I do well in real estate is because I'm pretty competitive. So I have a dashboard, a scoreboard basically of how I'm doing, and that keeps me pretty competitive. But it keeps me back to knowing my numbers. Right? I think Ashley preaches it. She has a class about it. But knowing your numbers for both your real estate and your life is a powerful tool. It keeps you motivated, keeps you going.
1000%. One of the questions I saw pop up earlier and I kind of bounced off of it was in the beginning, what were your forms of lead gen? What was your pipeline coming from? Where were you getting your business?
Yeah. So I'm sure a lot of the newer folks could empathize here. But in the beginning, listen, I'm a San Diego native, so you can imagine how many friends I have, friends with real estate licenses, right? So yeah, in the beginning, I can tell you right now, it was a coworker. It started with a coworker, led to a listing, did a bunch of open houses, and the majority of the first year were if I either knew you, but most of them were from open houses, people I didn't know.
And when you do open houses or did open houses, like what would you say? How many points of follow-up would you have with someone to convert them to a client?
So you're talking about back in 2017, 2018, when we didn't have the systems in place from within our brokerage or Keller Williams even. So I can't even tell you. But
so I mean, like, would you call once or twice, or was it like you're gonna call and text until they answer you or tell you to?
It was always two touches a day, but not to repeat the same touch combination the previous day until they say no, or tell me to jump off a cliff, or they'll meet with me for coffee. That was it. That was it. It's pretty straightforward.
Uh-oh. Am I frozen?
Nope, you're still good.
You're good.
Okay. I think I froze. If I'm good, I'll keep going.
Your video froze.
Okay, but you can hear me.
Yes.
I can hear you.
Okay. So I want to jump to your pipeline now. Where did your business come from today?
Yeah, so about 70% of it is from Sphere, past clients, and referrals. 25% of it is all online, and then 6% is from just doing the activities and running into business, I would say.
When you said that, the lucky piece, people are going to be like, well, what does that mean? Talk about that for 2 seconds.
Yeah, so in my 6%, which is basically a couple deals a year, they just fall in my lap, right? And an example would be I am calling expireds, or call the FSBO because it might be a good fit for a buyer, or I'm showing a property and the neighbor next door just strikes up a conversation with me and we end up listing the house. It's just these random things that just happen because I'm out there, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
I think as Gary Keller talks about, he's like, put yourself in the place of business and talk to enough people and you'll find more business by mistake. And that's the 6 or 7% luck you're talking about in your numbers.
Mistake. That's it. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's funny because it's true, right?
It is.
Okay. So you talked about your Sphere and your people and your past clients. What are you doing with them? Is it just like,
This is something that I intend to get better at as I shift more towards the database. But for the last 8 years, all it has been like just staying in touch in IG and Facebook, LinkedIn, occasional calls and texts, hanging out, playing golf, going for drives, stuff like that. So I haven't done any large client events, haven't done any type of client appreciation dinners, or I'm just their friend, just stay in touch.
I think that's really important because it's a common conversation in a lot of the top producing interviews I've talked with. And it's, so you play golf with the ones who you golf with, and you happen to love golf, right? So you're spending your time networking and building your business with your friends and family and past clients through something that you love doing. So you do it more and you enjoy it. And
Correct.
same with cars, right?
Correct.
So people hear and go like, well, what, now should I be a golfer? Because Mike does golf and cars and that's how he builds business. It's like, no, that's what Mike likes to do, right?
Yeah. You don't. I'm not wearing tight pants out there joining on a bike to be Sal, right? Like that is not a sight you want to see, fellas.
That is the best moment of the conversation. Yeah, be you and have fun, and then have fun with your clients and your past clients being you, and then stay in natural conversations and rapport. And then that's how it continues and builds upon itself.
Yeah.
Once you get to a certain point, you didn't start out that way.
What do you mean? Like
year one, you weren't just like, let me go play golf with some friends and see if it turns into business.
I was playing a lot of golf.
Yeah,
I played way more golf in the first couple of years of real estate than I do now, for sure.
But most of your business came from open house grinding, not from golf coursing.
Because I felt like in my mind, drunk monkey, like I was an imposter, right? I don't have the experience or the deals or the to be the realtor of choice amongst my friends. Because there's other agent friends that were in the business for 15, 20 years before me.
Do you still feel that way?
No, because time doesn't matter. I always preach. It's how many transactions you're doing or how current are you with the market. That's what matters. The market today.
That's another great nugget for everyone who's taking highlighter notes. That's the moment you're highlighting. Okay, so the market being current, that's a great moment. Based on what's happening in the market and the way the industry is evolving, what have you already done in your business, or what are you doing differently?
Yeah, where the market is going is at first, I think a lot of people are like, holy shit, like the buyer commission and all of that. And to be honest with you, Broker Bob, close your ears. I don't do BRBCs. Right?
You will be.
We will be. I'm looking forward to it now, actually. But that was never required, really, and it was hard to enforce. Now that it's going to be required, this is fantastic. I think everyone's who are going to be true professionals about this are going to see a higher close rate, conversion rate, whatever you want to call it.
Mm-hmm.
Just a little background, because a lot of y'all weren't around during the P business into 2020, when we were required to have all our leads, right? Not customers or clients, leads, sign a piece of document to show a property. My internet lead conversion was double digits, like 15% close rate on online leads. Then we got away from it, and my online conversions like anywhere between 3 and 5%. So I am salivating at that opportunity of seeing double-digit online conversions again.
You have a little case study right there in your own business. When they were forced to sign something to work with you, numbers went up significantly, which should get everyone even more excited based on real life what already happened. Mm-hmm. And that was in the horrible time of masking and all the things. This is just part of business without all the drama, that you sign, you're committed, and now you're going to have more close rate.
Yeah. I mean, anyone who's going to be down to sign and meet with you, they're going to be pretty motivated, right? So that's the first hurdle, finding the motivated.
Yeah.
Once they sign with you, that means they're ready to go and you're ready to serve them. So it's good likelihood you're going to have some success.
Get to closing. I love that. What is working best for you right now?
Oh man, what's working best for me? Nothing. Every day is chaos. Structure. I would say works best for me. I know it's not the most sexiest answer, but having structure where every day it's the same, monotonous. 9 to 10 I lead gen, 10:15 to 12 I lead gen, 1 and 3 I do follow-ups. Sundays I don't work. I have 4 blocks of showings always set up for Fridays and Saturdays, and that's it. And I film. So working within that boundary, that works for me.
The bold law about
Bold law. If it's
Yeah.
if it's not in your calendar, it doesn't exist.
I mean, it's true. It's unplanned and it's 1,000% true. And so you follow your calendar, you follow your schedule, and that leads you to success and takes all the guesswork out of it.
Yeah, I mean, listen, real estate is not, yes, I'm passionate about it, but that's not my life, right? It's a vehicle I use to fund my life. And my life on my calendar is all the things I mark as a yellow color, right? So all the things I have in purple, which is all my lead gen stuff, funds everything in purple, which is right now for this week was Torrey Pines golf, hanging out with kids, dinner with my parents, dinner with Yuri, my nephew's birthday party, and the Padres. And that's it. All the yellow. So those times are blocked. Now I got to use all that purple time as efficient as possible so I could do all the yellow time.
That's people need to hear that it's the calendar, it's following the calendar, and then it's knowing that you're working for your life by design, not working for your work, right? It's why are you doing it?
Yeah, I mean, there were years where all it was just all purple, and I didn't have any yellow, and that sucked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Will you go back there again?
There's no point to it. Money is just a number, you know, and if you can't use it for something better than a number, then what's the point?
Money is good for the good it can do. I think you don't understand that until you do, and then you can't unknow it, right?
Yeah.
All right. So where do you see opportunity?
The BRBC thing, right? I think that's a wonderful opportunity. This is a great opportunity to create like a menu of services, the a la carte thing that Gary Keller brought up. I love that, right?
Value squared.
Yeah, you know, you can offer 4% of services to your buyers. They could sign them all up and you only charge them 3%, right? Or they could pick whatever they want. So there's a lot of opportunity. Yeah, I think this is great. I think there's going to be a less number of agents, and then the pros and the structures like Keller Williams that we have here, the agents here are gonna thrive in this new world.
I couldn't agree with you more, and it's so powerful coming from you as, you know, a top agent that everyone looks up to. So I love like when your kids do the right thing, you're like, yes, I'm so proud. If you could give one piece of advice to any agent who wants to level up any level of their business, what would it be?
Surround yourself with the people that you enjoy being with and you want to aspire to. Right? I forgot if it was Joe or John that brought this up about you know, the fellas in our group, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, we're all independent contractors. We all have our own businesses. So sometimes you could feel pretty alone. And then when you can find your group, your crew, whatever it is, and you have support, it goes a long way. Reasons why I'm in the ALC, right? Over and over. Reasons why I feel like I do pretty okay in real estate is the people I have around me. Yeah.
How long do you think it took you to find that in the business, in our office?
I got really lucky because when I was brand new, taking Ignite, that's all we had was Ignite, by the way. Vinny was one of the instructors for a couple of sessions. and he took his own, he runs his own team. He's a busy guy. He actually took us out door knocking, showed us how to lead gen using his own personal time, his resources, and we're still homies today, right? So I got really lucky. But it also takes some initiative if you want help. To get help, you have to want help too, and be ready to take it. So, yeah. Thank you,
That's-
Vin. You're on here.
I saw him before. Thanks, Vin. What didn't I ask you that I should have?
I think we went over everything already. I'm just shocked that you thought I came from like this world of wealth and country clubs.
I think people see golf and they see cars and they see success and polish and think like, oh, it must have always been easy. And it's a great moment to realize like what assumptions are you making about humans that you encounter every day and who they are and where they come from, right?
I this is my story, but I felt like if I didn't have the struggles I did as a kid and see the struggles that my family went through, I wouldn't have this like tenacity, right? And this no option. I have to get it done. I have to succeed attitude.
I mean, it makes perfect sense because you didn't have a backup. Like as a kid, it was a struggle, and now you learned if I want to do it on my own, I'm going to do it. What's your favorite part about Disneyland?
Olga's Cantina. Some of y'all know what's up.
Okay. All right. The one I didn't ask you that I've been asking people generally is if you had to get a listing today, what would you do?
Yeah. I'm going to share this story and I hope it inspires some of y'all to do that. I took Bold. I think Bold was one of the things that really catapulted my career. This mindset thing, this accountability thing, both very important. The old Bold, there was a section for expireds and FSBOs. I've never made a FSBO call in my life. I didn't know what to do, how to speak, or whatsoever. Took the phone call. I took the phone, called the very first person on Zillow that was a FSBO. I read a sheet of paper with words on it that I didn't internalize, didn't change the words, didn't make it mine. I got an appointment, showed up, and I showed up the next week to Bold with a listing. Off of FSBO. 1 for 1, right? So yeah, I'm a little skewed, right? Because my reality is it's pretty easy. Just do that. So
yeah,
I would just call FSBOs and see what they plan on doing this weekend. How are they showing the property?
Mike, I am so thankful for how you showed up and were so giving in our pre-conversation and in today. The comments were blowing up. If anybody had anything that we didn't get to that you wrote in the chat that you really wanted to shout out, go ahead and raise your hand really quickly. We went through all of our questions, and I think, when we, as ALC members, you guys talked about like bringing yourselves into the market center more. And I think sharing each person's story and looking into the human who you are behind the business and the assumptions we make is so powerful. And it's so powerful for everyone to get a chance to learn that. So again, thank you for sharing so openly and transparently. And thanks for being such a strong leader in the office. I know we all appreciate it.
Vinny wants to know what online platforms am I getting the most leads from? Without a doubt, it's my Redfin partnership. I know we all bag on Redfin or Zillow or whatever, and don't. Yeah, everyone's business is different, right? My personality is different from Vinny's. It's different from Alicia's, right? So being a Redfin partner agent, serving those type of leads has been very fruitful for me. Why? I have this hunter mentality instead of a farming mentality where I'm down to talk to 100 different people a day if I have to find a person, that one person who said, yeah, I'm down. I want to buy a house today. I was like, great. I'm down. I'm down for the 99 drop dead just for that one. And so that's the hunting mentality. It could get exhausting, right? But that's what I prefer.
Well, and you're beginning with the end in mind. You know the number you're working towards. So every day you're just working to be done working and to spend more time with your family and your humans. I think that's magical.
My goals are really simple. And I think maybe I could push myself even more, but as long as I have one appointment completed a week, I'm doing my job. I'm going to deliver on my numbers. That's scheduled 2 appointments a week to attend 1, and I'm good.
And you're closing around 20, 25 units a year.
Right.
Based off that. Mike Loth, thank you for your time today. We appreciate you so much. Is someone talking?
Yeah, can I ask a question? Sorry. Am I off mute?
Go ahead, Em.
Go ahead.
Mike, did you say, just because I want to tell my students like different examples from all these ALC and top producer interviews, did you say your business is only 6 or 7% database?
No, 70%.
70. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I thought I misheard that. And I was like, I did not know this about you. Okay.
It took some time for me to get to 70. In the beginning, it was roughly around like 20.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got it. Thank you.
It's around 70 database, around 20 something online lead conversion referral, and then the 6 or 7% luck.
Yeah.
Drinking a lot at the bar.
Drinking a lot at the bar. You're amazing. Thank you, Mike. Thank you, everyone. Have a wonderful day, and we will see you next week. Bye.
Thanks, Mike.